The men who live there and have any flourishing or success or have that Lambo or whatever, that self-selects for a select few of men that are not only wealthy, but often ambitious and aggressive. And so from that standpoint, yes, you're going to find men who have the ability to have more sexual partners. That number is going to increase.
I guess.
You're happy with the pool of men that you consistently run into. Green is like, I'm running into a ton of great guys. This is awesome. Red is like, no, these guys are not worth a bowl of cherries.
Wait, put it up, Red or Green. Can you guys hold them up? We can't see unless you hold them up. Can you guys hold them up? Guys in general, not the one you're dating. Not the one you're dating.
Guys that you run into in general. Guys, use your hands. You're allowed to go high.
Okay, so hold on, wait a second. I just want to point this out. I keep hearing that we keep spreading misinformation in the red pill society. I just heard that this morning. I just watched a video about more red pill misinformation about women not finding most men attractive. That's what I've been hearing all day. I've been getting attacked. One more time, can we see all the red real quick?
Hold them up.
Thank you. For those of you who want to make these comments, I'm going to point this out again and again. I know it's not perfect information that 80% of men on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are deemed unattractive. And I understand it's not only 20% of men that are having sex with 80% of the women. By the way, we never said that. So whoever's quoting us from saying that, you're lying.
Those red pill guys.
That is not what anyone is saying. But the reality of the situation is women, because they comparatively have a large group of men to select from, the ones that they get, they come up wanting, and the middle class for men is shrinking more and more. And if you don't believe me, this old creepy content creator, listen to Scott Galloway, because he paints a much more glum picture than the one I do. He talks about if dating was a country, it would be the most inequitable distribution of wealth on the planet. A small group of men, and by the way, that's the truth. There's like 26% of men, and obviously as you get older, this number declines. From 18 to 30, 26% of men are virgins, so we get to that point. And then at the top 5% of men, it's 150 sexual partners. We go from 0 to 150. Does that sound like it's equitable to you? When you see all these women saying that they don't find the men that they have to date worthwhile, does that sound equitable to you? They're f***ing someone. That's my point. It's like if majority of men aren't able to hold up, it is exactly the point of the misinformation that apparently we tend to be giving.
I think what I like about Michael, he doesn't share his opinions and he doesn't hold back, so that's great. But I'll say this, and then I want to get the ladies thing. We learned during COVID, when they started giving out stimulus checks and people started losing their jobs, and the rich were getting richer and the poor were getting poor, we learned something called the K-shaped economy, which basically, if you envision the letter K, the K goes this way and the K goes that way. Basically, the millionaires and the billionaires and people who were doing things with their life got even richer, and the poor got even poorer. And it's the same, basically, type of metaphor for what's going on in the dating market.
The sexual marketplace is a marketplace, and it's subject to economic forces.
Exactly. So if you've got money, if you've got status, and you've got, basically, you're that dude, life is good. You're getting 150 sexual partners, whatever the number is, and the poor are only getting poorer. Ladies, I want to know what type of guys you're running into. Not your boyfriend, not the one guy that you're really into, but if you run into 10 dudes that you're all attractive, you all have, options, you guys hit on you left and right. Very confident with that. I would like you to describe the typical guy that you run into and why you gave them a red thumbs down. Go ahead.
There's like a variety of men going on right now. There's some who are actually driven by, business and intellectual and smart. Then there's like the trust funds who are there. Just because they have a trust fund, they're absolutely doing nothing with their life. They're just very unattractive. I like when a man has drive. Then you have the guys that are in the club every weekend who you can't even hold a conversation with, and they think they're cool because they're table moochers or they're chilling with the promoters. Then you have the people who are actually just trying to make a day-to-day living, right? So it's like you have such variety of men out there. And I feel like a lot of men forget to be masculine. Like the gender roles aren't there anymore. So I feel like dating nowadays is very hard because it's like the men aren't being men anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm listening up. Amy, what are your thoughts?
Well, I would say that now since I've come into this space, it's been better. But prior to that, yeah, it was tough. Before I even knew what the word simp was, I'd never even heard that phrase. I was like, there's a lot of men who are like that out there. To be honest, the ones who are buying into only the ones who are, encouraging and yas queening the women who are going into their masculine, this is the typical type of men you see because they are, again, very liberal. Going back to the first conversation we had, that's why I, by default, wouldn't be attracted to that guy. I think they're just completely polar opposite ideologies, liberal to the more conservative.
So you're saying that there's a correlation between the type of
liberals and the feminization of men.
Okay.
And the masculinization of women.
Toss your mic over here to Tiffany. What do you got to say?
So
what type of guy do you run into?
The type of guy that I run into, no ambition, still lives with mom.
What age?
Dude, I ran into people that are like in their 30s that live with their mom. It's wild. I have a lot of them are messed up on like drugs, alcohol, and then not only that is what Amy said, the feminization of men. But I think that's like a lot with the food system too, what they put in foods. So I think it like also messes with their head, and then the indoctrinating of like them through school. They're trying to make men more feminine, and so it's like I actually had a guy before I went to New York. He came up to me at this bar like in Brickell. I was actually with Icy. This guy kept coming up to us, and you know he's like, "Oh, you're really beautiful," and I'm just like, you know, I do. So I'm just like, yeah, millions of other people think so too. So what's your sales pitch? And he's like, I just want to say you're really pretty. He comes to sit next to me. I'm just like, excuse me, what about you asking me? So they lack a lot of mannerism.
And then Icy stabbed him.
No, actually, no. I almost beat him with the, I almost beat him with the heel of my shoe. I was like, if you don't get away, I'm going to take off my shoe. And I started untying it. And I'm like, I will beat you with the heel of my shoe.
That's the Nikki Haley approach from the debate last night.
No, ask Icy tomorrow. She will tell you.
What are you seeing out there with Gen Z?
Honestly, I think it's a broad of the same thing. So a lot of guys nowadays are losing their masculinity. And me as a woman, I do find myself a little more masculine. Just in the sense of moving to Miami at 18 years old, you grow up a lot faster. So I feel like I would be in Miami and I would, you know, guys approach you, but it's like these guys don't have their shit together and they're in their 30s, they're in their 40s, they're pushing like 20s. And I'm 18 here trying to get my shit together. So it's like, for me, it's hard to find a guy that's more masculine than mentally.
What, you said that you have assumed a more masculine role in this type of relationship?
Not in a relationship, but I just see in this generation that a lot of guys are growing up to not be as masculine as they used to be.
What would you tell the guys your age if you could give them advice?
Figure it out. Don't be a
Okay, all right, so
that's what I did. That's what everyone told me.
Nika,
solid
let's
advice.
get Nika's opinion here.
Just be better. Be
Mine
taller
is
and hotter.
different. Like mine have to deal with drama. I always find a guy that has like 3 babies, like 2 baby mamas, and like.
That sounds like a pretty masculine dude, actually. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he
I'm
has
kidding.
money, he does
Masculine's
this, but
no
then later
structure.
he has a girlfriend and a side chick, and then he's trying to talk to me. Like, I don't know
Sounds
why.
like a very different problem than the
So
one that
are you interested in the guy? Forget about the baby mama drama, the baby mama culture. Are you actually interested in that guy, and then you come to find out there's all these other layers?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, so you like the guy.
Yeah, I like
he's
him.
out there, he's
He's
successful,
good.
he's got all these baby mamas, he's doing his thing. You're like, oh, I'm actually into this dude, but then you come to find out, nah.
Yeah.
Well, of course you liked him. All these other girls liked him before you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's figured it out.
Yes.
But it's
Well,
like,
it speaks
He's
to
a
you talk
scam.
about. He's getting all the money. He's getting all the chicks. he's getting all the baby
they're
mamas.
sharing him, right?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
an apex guy, and
The-
they're sharing him,
There's
whether
this
they
group
know
of
it or
men.
not.
There's this group of men with no friends, and this group of men with no dates, and then she's with a dude who has multiple baby mamas and money.
That guy is literally community dick. That's what he is.
It is a
He's the what?
disproportionate.
He is community dick. Everyone's
Yeah.
fucked him. There's nothing special about him.
But it's
No, there is something special.
No, there's
about
not.
him, for sure. That guy will continue.
Okay, natural selection.
No.
what do you
No
guys
girl's
think
gonna
about?
be like, he's been with
wait,
everybody.
time out.
I'm not
He's
He's
interested.
probably super narcissistic
let's make
and
it-
a
let's make it- hold on,
sociopath.
let's make it
It's
objective.
crazy.
That guy's gonna do just
Yes.
fine.
Time out, Tom.
Narcissistic.
Let's make an objective observation about this, okay? What you're saying is it's not special because he's community, right?
Correct.
But from his reality, are more women going to come and want to have sex with him?
Maybe he's a really good smooth talker, or he's narcissistic with the way he is with women, because
But from
I'm sure he's
his
not
time
revealing
out.
who he
From
really
his
is in the
from
beginning.
his reality, are more women going to come and have sex with him?
I don't know, because I don't date guys
Oh
like
my
that.
God, but you know
I don't
the
know.
answer.
I
You
don't
lived in
know.
Miami
I don't
long enough to know the
I'm not
answer.
a baby mama. Never will be.
No, I'm not talking about baby
I don't
mama,
know.
but I'm saying when you look at this from the outside looking in, you don't have to be one of the women involved, but you know that this dude who has consistently had lots of women who you're saying isn't special is going to keep getting more and more women. I'm friends with Bulzarian, and I keep hearing women talk about him, and then I go to his house, and it's a fucking line of women trying to hook up with him.
Yeah.
I just like, you keep telling me he's not special and that women don't like him, and then I
Maybe
watch.
in my eyes, No.
Yes,
so maybe
from
in
your eyes.
some other women,
Yeah.
yes, but we don't see eye to eye.
No,
we don't align with
agreed.
that.
But it's solipsistic to believe that the entire world is from your perspective.
No, no one said that. I'm telling you my view. Other women,
but
yes,
for him,
great.
but for you to say he's not special, or for him to say
Okay,
he's
I
low
don't
value.
think he's
Got it.
special.
Okay, my point is, from his reality, it's like saying a rich person is poor just because you don't like him. No, he's still wealthy, even though you don't like
No one's saying
him.
that. I'm just letting you know how I feel and
For
how
sure.
my objective on that situation.
Guys, real quick, let's just take a.
He's not
let's-
talking
hold on,
about-
Tiffany. Let's just take a moment of silence for Leonardo DiCaprio. He's really struggling
shit.
out there with
I
the
know what
women
you're gonna
right
say.
now. As he gets older and wealthier,
Women don't want to
Seasoned.
date him.
he can't find any women.
now.
It's a problem
Yes.
for Leo.
Yeah, but
No,
are they
I see
high?
what you're saying. You're not interested in that type
Yeah.
of guy.
You're not
But Michael's
wrong, but
spot on.
his
That guy's
strategy-
gonna have
You know,
zero
what it
problem
is?
getting women.
Why
In
is this guy got all
Miami
these
and like
women?
the Latin community, it's everyone's a baby mama. They have like 10. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're literally one of 10.
Yeah, but but one of my point is his strategy. He's f***ing batting 400 and hitting 60 home runs. Like his strategy is working so well for him. He has no reason to change
Women
whatsoever.
are willing
so when
to
you keep saying
share
he's not
him.
special, from his
Those
reality.
women are cuckoo because that's not me.
Okay,
Right,
that's
but you keep
that's a
saying-
judgment call.
But most
I'm
women are.
judgmental. I'm
objective.
judgmental on the
Yeah.
situation that was brought to my attention. I'm letting you know how I feel.
Yeah.
So.
The guy that you live with, that you're in love with 4 months and all that, if he had a kid, would he be ruled out or you'd still be interested? That guy that you love, that is great, that his business is savvy, is awesome,
It would
he's
depend
amazing.
on the situation with
The situation
either
is
the
he has a kid.
ex-wife or
Yeah.
ex-baby mama, whatever may be. Everything's situational.
Okay.
I
But
can't
let's
make- I
say he
can't.
got along with the ex-baby mama.
If it
and-
was cordial, yeah.
So you'd be interested still.
Yeah, but not someone that has 2, 3, 4 baby mamas
Yeah,
lined
I
up on,
agree.
Okay.
on this
One
child
kid is not
support, this,
bad.
that.
Nika,
no.
what's your baby mama limit?
Like 2.
2 baby mamas.
generous.
Yeah.
So you'd be the third.
No.
You'd be the
I
third.
thought that you said.
That's a
I thought the
threshold.
opposite. I'm thinking you're saying like where I say hell no. I'll
Okay.
say hell no at 2.
Gotcha. Tony,
So one, basically.
what's your baby mama limit? How many would you be willing to deal with if the guy had multiple baby mamas?
One, because I want to have a traditional marriage where
Okay.
me and him experience our children together.
So 0 is the answer.
Yeah, it was 0. Well,
Okay.
I'm the baby mama.
You're the only.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's the one.
What type of guys are you running into? Because let's hone in on this. What type of guys are you running into? You're
I'm-
24,
23.
23.
And he's single.
Okay.
Single, yeah. I'm having a terrible experience in Miami for sure compared to, I was in Vegas before this. So I'm running into lack of commitment, and I don't think men take relationships seriously anymore. I think there's too much focus on people being focused on the physical. I think social media
Well-
is definitely a. Sorry, you can.
No,
go.
no, no. What you're saying, you live in a place where
Yeah, it's so
self-select. It is
materialistic.
not cheap to live in Miami.
Yeah.
The men who live there and have any
Yeah.
flourishing or success or have that Lambo or whatever, that self-selects for a select
Yeah.
few of men that are not only wealthy but often ambitious
Yeah.
and aggressive. And so, from that standpoint, yes, you're going to find men
And
who
fertile, apparently.
generally have fertile, have the ability to have more sexual partners.
Yeah.
That number is going to increase.
I guess that's
But
what I'm
I'm
seeing.
What I'm saying is, men in general aren't like men in
Yeah,
Miami.
exactly.
And so what happens is, if you tell a woman, hey, I guarantee if you moved to Waco, Texas, you'd find a husband in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And he'd worship the ground you walk on. But they
Exactly.
was like, well, no, I'm moving to Brickell or I'm moving to West Hollywood. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You can't tell them. So that's what happens.
I guess that's what I'm seeing. The problem is, though, is you have these high value men honestly having sex with, to me, low value women, because I think a woman who doesn't care what his guy does is not really like, they're not in a committed relationship. So I think them ruling out all of the high value women, and all the high value women have to basically settle for someone that's lower, it doesn't make sense to me. I think the high value men are the ones with options that are kind of screwing everything up for everyone.